What's up, everyone? Welcome back to BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it, man. You guys see the title. You see the thumbnail there, man. Jacque Vaughn actually gets seriously real about Cam Thomas and his role with the actual Brooklyn Nets this season, and it doesn't really look good. So we hopefully can actually see if Cam Thomas actually really adapted anyway, and looked at some film and then just really kind of studying the game of basketball. But let's get into this article right here. It's going to be something that pretty much I've been saying since the last couple of Cam Thomas videos that I actually did. It shows you how well I know the game somewhat over here, man. But let's get into this over here. Let's get into this. And Jacque Vaughn actually says the Thomas situation is different after his heroics last season and improved three-point shot. His situation remains unsettled. Vaughn, while conceding Thomas' skills, said Thursday that things have changed with the Nets offense. ISO ball, Thomas' strength is no longer a part of the Nets offensive plan. It went out the door with KD and Kyrie, replaced by a more open game. So he does have a skill of being able to play isolation basketball and get a bucket. That's proven, said Vaughn. I don't think we can play isolation basketball and win basketball games on a consistent basis. Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be like, if that's what it's going to be, you have to be like really, really efficient, man. I mean, when you talking about with Cam Thomas, I mean, he would have to take so many shots, and then like his defense is really, really more of a question. And so he said, I think this team is built around the versatility and the depth of the team, and we have to use all that. So while also agreeing and notifying the rest of the group that there are some individuals who are going to have the basketball in their hands and they have talent, Thomas has a talent that's going to be used on both ends on the floor. And that's what's going to be asked of. All right, so yeah, it's definitely going to be like, more like backdoor cuts and catch and shoots. I mean, I did the Lonnie Walker video where it's like, I mean, he has to try to be able to do something in like 2-3 dribbles. If not, he has to pass the ball. Maybe actually set a screen. It says over here that he actually bulked up, so he can actually set some picks. But there's like a lot of, and I get it. Cam Thomas can actually score, but there's still some limitations in his offensive game. So you want to definitely see more like footwork, and he does look stronger. Yeah, and he should be able to post up like smaller guys. So let's say you had a Ja Morant guarding him. Ja Morant is like 190 something pounds, and Cam Thomas I think is about 205. I think 212. Especially if that's all muscle, he should be able to like post him up some. And you look at Dennis Smith Jr., how he's able to like play defense and get downhill quick, and it's not over dribbling really. Now just look at like Lonnie Walker. If you just look at him and see how he actually plays, this is what Cam Thomas actually has to do. So, and that's another thing in terms of the passing. All right, so you can't be a one-trick pony. You can't just be totally one-dimensional. Thomas has never been regarded as a high-level passer. So he averaged in the LSU days 23 points, 17.2 shots per game, but just 1.4 assists in the 5 games as Brooklyn's lead ball handler last season. Yeah, and if you have to I say this all the time on the show here, you actually have to use your team. Okay, you know what? There's other videos out there I'm gonna show you of guys really getting angry with guys that are being ball hogs. Maybe in the next video, if I do another video of Cam Thomas, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get some early looks in the preseason game. So I'll be definitely looking at Cam Thomas and see if there's any kind of improvements, and he's willing to play a role specifically off the ball. He can't be the main guy. You got what's his name, like Mikal Bridges and Ben Simmons and Spencer Dinwiddie, who are just much more efficient scorers. And the passing, yeah, definitely, man, you got to pass. You know, you have to keep the defense guessing. You can't just be going out there and score and score and score. You want to keep their mind guessing. Well, if he's going to pass, and I gotta try to play the pass now, and then when the defense is actually doing that, or your defender is actually doing that, then it's actually easy to go in there and score. But if you're just going to actually just be a straight scorer and not look to pass, well, then the defense is going to load up on you, man. They're going to be ready for you, and especially like, you know, guys in the NBA. You know, they keep saying like, oh, they don't play defense. They do play defense, man. And you got like a lot of hyper athletic guys out there. All right, yeah. So passing is definitely a key thing there. What else? All right, so yes, so Ben Simmons actually had some praise to say about him. He's matured a lot, and that's another thing too. Is conditioning. I mean, there's so much stuff when it comes to basketball. I mean, does he get fouled and then sulk and get angry and then question the refs and doesn't get back on defense? Does he talk? Does he communicate, like, you know, screen left, screen right? Does he actually do that? I mean, in terms of communicating on defense. So Ben Simmons actually said he matured a lot. I think he's just understanding how to be a professional and get better. He hasn't had a normal start to his career in terms of everything going on. So yeah, and I think with Ben Simmons running the point guard position and Spencer, you know, they'll be able to actually get him some much easier looks. And this actually shows a Cam Johnson update. He's actually had a hamstring injury, a mild one, and I'm surprised because normally hamstring injuries are like due to players not being in shape, but he was, you know, playing during the Summer Olympics. All right, so what Cam Thomas' skill set really is more like if you have like you try to run your different sets and nothing really works. Sometimes, like, you know, you'll try to run a high screen and teams fight over it, and your defender will actually fight over it, and now you got 8-9 seconds on the shot clock. You know, when everything is broken down, that's where Cam Thomas actually comes into play right there in terms of the shot creation. But when you have like 18, 19 seconds on the shot clock, I mean, you want to try to keep that defense shifting as much as possible and use both sides of the floor there. You know, so you know, move the ball east and west, and then try to go like north and south. North-south basketball is so easy to guard, man, especially in the NBA. You know, today's NBA, man, these guys are really seriously athletic. And if you don't think I know what I'm talking about, man, I want you guys to go out there, and there's a lot of like really like athletic guys that have really fast twitch muscles, and then see if you can go around there and then dribble the basketball and play with them, man. No, will not work. It will not work. All right, so let me know what you guys actually think of Cam Thomas off season. I'm not off season. What you actually think about Cam Thomas? And will he actually crack the rotation this year and get some consistent playing time, and then he's allowed to actually play through his mistakes? I think Jacque Vaughn is actually trying to make a name for himself, and yeah. I mean, the first coaching stint didn't go well, so he's actually really not trying to actually mess this up over here. And I think he's going to really kind of lean more towards the veterans right there. All right, so definitely like and comment, subscribe, and certainly share this video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.